Yeah, I mean, boiling water is the easiest and most efficient methods we have. So we're gonna use that. But the other methods, like for example, thermoelectric devices, those little devices that change electricity into cold or into heat. Like those little things you use in your uh, PCs to cool down your PC. It's called a Peltier device. We can use those, but they they can handle very high temperatures, so they won't be very efficient. However, there are ways to get around that. There are other thermoelectric devices that can handle high temperatures. What you simply do is use a thermocouple. A thermocouple is where you have two pieces of metal that have different thermoelectric values. So when when heat passes through them, they move electrons. So they can turn heat into electricity. They can turn a potential difference of temperature into electricity. So you can use those. And there is a very specific one that could handle high temperatures, where you use copper oxide and uh, normal copper. So what you do is you take a wire of copper and then you burn it, and it reacts with oxygen in the atmosphere, and it creates a copper oxide layer, and then you uh, combine them together. That can handle high temperatures. So if they want to, if they don't want to use boiling water, then if they don't want to use steam, they can use something like that. But they're probably not gonna do that because steam is just easy. But if you want to create something like the arc reactor that Iron Man has, you would have to use something like that, a thermocouple where you use uh, two different metals with two different thermoelectric values to create electricity directly. So you would create a miniature fusion device that functions and immediately converts the heat into electricity, and it could fit in your palm. You don't want to use steam when you're working with something that small, because it would be it should require way too many parts.